welcome. Atomic Radio Hour, episode 80 fucking 5. I'm your host, Vince.
And I'm your practically unknown host, Olive.
What it be, what it ain't, what it is, what it do, what's new?
I'm tired.
Yeah. Me too, all of a sudden.
Really?
Yeah,
Must have passed it to you.
Yeah, you probably did. I don't know, all of a sudden I just got I had a stroke right there.
Cool.
All of a sudden I started having a headache. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't ask questions. What's new? How was your week?
My week just started. We record on Mondays.
From the last time we spoke.
From the last time we spoke. Okay. It was it's I had a lot of homework. I still have a lot of homework to do. So that's kind of what's happening. I'm kind of like neck deep in this semester.
Nice.
How about you?
I can't eat anything properly.
No, what happens?
No. On my bottom left side of my mouth, a filling fell out. So there's just a hole. There's like a gap in between two teeth, in my back teeth. And then on my right upper side, out of nowhere, the one tooth just started bothering me when I eat on it.
Well, have you considered not eating?
Yes. Everything I've been eating, I've been putting in a blender. Do not recommend. You
That's
remember Will It
unfortunate.
Blend?
Will it blend?
Do you remember
That is
that?
the question.
Do you remember that shit?
I used to be addicted to Will It Blend.
Really?
Yeah, I've watched every episode.
Are they still making them?
I don't know.
I remember that was like a thing. Like, that was a joke you would say to people. Be like, oh, dude, this new thing, it's like a TI 39 Turbo Retro Infinite ass ripping. It's like, yeah, but will it blend? Like, I remember, and then the dude kept making videos, and then a blender sponsored him. So his videos became ads for fucking Blend Tech blenders. Fucking early internet's a wild place. Let's look
Early
it up.
internet was crazy.
Yeah, so I can't fucking, like, it hurts to eat, and I can eat in, like, small batches, and I've learned that I have to eat like a horse. Like, I can't take deep bites. I have to be like, and, like, jostle my jaw left to right. It's a
I'll
thing.
jostle your jaw.
Yeah, could ya?
Yeah, I could.
I'm looking up Will It Blend right now. Will It Blend, this man, is he still going? Well, apparently he is, because he was blending.
Know.
Last upload was a year ago. The last thing he did was an Amazon Echo. Wow. You know what? If it's there was recipes on it for a while for the blender.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like here's gluten-free apple something. Where was it? Gluten-free apple bread recipe. Pistachio Crush vegan cheese bowl recipe. Blendtex cookie butter recipe. So, I don't know. These videos were not getting
butter.
They were not getting views. This was a big channel. I mean, I don't know what his max was, but it's saying that he has 873,000 subs.
Wow.
But like the videos, like the recipe videos, were getting like 16,000 views. That's nothing for a big channel like this. But like Will It Blend iPhone X, 625,000 views. This is also a channel that's been around for fucking a decade. How many of these subscribers do you think are dead?
That's a horrible thing to think about.
No, like, think about it. Like, think about how many people die within 10 years. Right? Statistically.
I'd say, a crap ton.
Statistically, statistically, you're going to know one of those people. This is a channel that first started uploading videos 13 years ago. If you were a subscriber on the day this channel put out its first video to now, what do you think the chances of you being no longer alive is?
I wouldn't even know. I truly wouldn't know.
That's like more than half of the time I've been alive.
Will It Blend existed more than half of your life.
Yeah, I'm 23, and Will It Blend started 13 years ago. I was a 10-year-old little boy. Wow. Yeah, so I can't eat. and it's just been a fucking pain in the ass.
I've actually had trouble sleeping.
Yo, me too.
I don't know. Maybe Mercury's in retrograde or something.
I think it just started.
Oh, jeez.
I was actually having a conversation with somebody. I think it just started. But I don't remember what it was about. Like, why Mercury was going into retrograde. Because everything has a fucking meaning with these astrology people.
Honestly, whether you believe it or not, I think it's kind of cool.
I think it's neat to listen to, and then, like, listen to these people who get so into it, and then it's just like, all right, okay.
To me, I look at it kind of like religion. Like, if that's what keeps you going, then great.
Remember when I told you I went to that indoor water park?
Yeah.
I got food poisoning, like, the day I came home.
Nice.
It was, like, the day after we recorded the episode. I was like, I just had a blast. I was at an indoor water park. I got food poisoning, like, that night. I was throwing up all night. But, there was a woman walking around at this indoor water park that had the phases of the moon under, I guess it's a rib tattoo, like, under her breasts.
Yeah, I would say.
I
That's
guess. And and like unironically, my first thought was that's such an Aries thing to do, and I have no fucking clue. Like I have no fucking clue what if that is an Aries thing to do. I think it was just me like looking at it and going, that's either the coolest or dumbest shit ever, and I need to make fun of you because of it. Like,
Aww.
Speaking about the moon, what do you know about San Francisco? The Sonic movie. We didn't even talk about that. Holy shit.
Wait, let's talk about that later.
Okay.
It'll be a whole to-do. It'll be a whole segment.
All right. What do you know about San Francisco?
I know that it's expensive to live in.
That's what I've heard. And their houses are slanty.
Yeah, because the roads are slanty.
So, I don't know if you know much about okay, warning time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say a lot of shit wrong today.
Cool.
This is the Shi, or the Z, or the Shi. I've heard it pronounced a myriad of different ways. And then I looked up how to pronounce it. It's spelled S-H-I. So I looked up how to pronounce this, and I couldn't get a solid answer. And then when I looked up how to like say it phonetically, I got Japanese, and I'm like, this is Chinese, not Japanese.
Wait, I know someone that can tell me this right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're in the other room. Do you want me to go get them?
Yeah.
BRB. Okay. Guest star, Aislinn.
Hey.
Wait. Are you... Hey. How are you?
You could just Google she.
Yeah, but how do... What
that
is
sounds
this?
That's
like effort.
kanji.
That's
read
kanji? You can't read kanji?
I can read like maybe 40 of
Because we don't know how to pronounce this.
She. It says it right there. She.
Yeah, but people think it's shi.
No, it's she.
Z.
Okay.
Oh my god, no.
Z?
No,
yeah,
she.
I've heard Z.
People say that it's Z.
If
G,
people
like
didn't
G.
think it, you're a Japanese. It's she.
No,
Okay,
but this
it's
isn't
definitely
Japanese.
she.
It's
It's
Chinese.
100% she. They don't have a G in their language.
No,
Apparently
they
it's
do.
Chinese.
yeah.
Or is that definitely kanji?
Well, see, the Japanese got kanji from China.
Oh, they stole it.
Yes, but some kanji have different meaning in Japanese and Chinese.
Oh, that sounds like a nightmare.
It is a nightmare.
Cool.
No, but this is pronounced
Taking
Z.
no more language classes.
Can she not hear
Could
me?
be Japanese or
No,
Chinese.
she can't hear you.
But tell her it's pronounced like Z, like the letter Z, not G.
Apparently, this is pronounced like,
G.
the letter Z, like Z.
No, it's not. Oh, well, in Chinese, I guess it would be. In Japanese, they don't fucking have that.
But this isn't Japanese.
All right. Yeah. This isn't Japanese. It's Chinese.
Well, yeah, then it's G.
Right.
Whatever. I didn't take Chinese.
Thank you for coming.
Yep.
Oh my god, that was a Domino's app level of frustration. Can we leave that in? Is she gonna be cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the she. I feel like we didn't learn anything from that. They are a major faction in San Francisco. They are reclusive They are reclusive researchers, and they stay out of wasteland politics. The active she right now are all ancestors of crewmen of the Chinese sub Shi Hong Ti. It was a beached sub that washed up on shore in San Francisco sometime after the Great War. Despite extreme levels of radiation, they managed to get a foothold in the city, in the former Chinatown. The submarine was stripped of its subsystem and was repurposed into rebuilding of Chinatown, and they named themselves after the sub, the Shi. By 2242, they were a major research. They were one of the major research development houses. The remote location and the presence of various gangs and cultists in San Francisco helped them stay isolated and independent. Now, just a quick kind of like saying what the Shi are, like that. I have a little thing about San Francisco. This is from the Fallout 2 official strategy guide and secrets.
Ooh.
San Francisco was hit hard by nukes, but it didn't kill the city. Instead, it just mutated it into something a bit weirder. You'll have to make your way past an oddly revived Chinatown, post-nuke punks, and a bizarre group of cultists called Topologists. Maybe San Francisco hasn't changed all that much.
Like I said, that's from the official Fallout 2 guide book. Even pre-war, San Francisco was considered a weird city. It was hit hard during the Great War, but much of the city is this is exactly quoted from the wiki, a husky and strained ruin. Yeah, humanity clung to the city, however. You can also find the PMV Valdez here, which is an ancient oil tanker sitting at the docks, filled with centurions, filled with centaurs, and various other wasteland abominations, such as Wendigos and Wendigo. All right, don't fucking make fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you.
Wendigos and floaters. Some say that the Enclave placed the fucking Wanamingo. Say it for me again. Wendigos and the floaters and the centaurs as a deterrent of using the PMV Valdez to get back to the oil rig. But this isn't really confirmed. It's on the wiki, and I get all my lore from fallout.wiki.com. But it's not like a confirmed thing. It said it needed citation. I just wanted to say it. It might just be a rumor. That is like maybe something they wanted to put in game, but they never had the chance to, or something. But yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah. Back to the Shi. So their society, due to their isolation, they kept much of their cultural roots. Their clothing, their language, their demeanor. A feudal society with strict hierarchical organization. Normally the leader of the Shi is the emperor, but their emperor is a computer, so they have a head advisor, Ken Lee. Under Ken Lee is the Shi Guard, a highly effective fighting force, the sole purpose to protect the Shi and San Francisco and the research development branches. The Shi has spies all over San Francisco, so they know what's going on at all times. So it's if you look at a map, can you grab that map that we often go back to?
The one that's like the real life looking one.
There's one we have of like it's a faction map. I know it's in our private Discord, like our show notes Discord. This isn't the greatest quality of map, but you can see that part of what I believe is the purple.
Mm-hmm.
From what I'm looking at, that's all San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's them. They own that shit, and they run it like a fucking well-oiled machine.
Honestly, it's crazy that they can, like, maintain that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the bottom little thing at the bottom says the Shi. Yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. They have all of that. Like, they have the entire city. And to enforce all of the rules, they have the Guard. They are small but effective fighting force equipped with high-tech weapons. Their primary mission is to protect Chinatown and its inhabitants. Their basic kind of characteristics are they have loose clothing, and they just kind of look bored all the time. By 2241, the Shi remain outside of the power struggle like the Brotherhood of Steel. They hate the Hubologists, which we're getting a Hubologist episode, don't worry. They are stuck in a power struggle with Hubologists. They will do anything to make sure that they can get rid of the existence of them by any means necessary. Now, where the Shi really shine, by the seashore, is their technology. One of the most advanced factions in the Waste, surpassing the Brotherhood of Steel, like, a lot. Like,
Wow.
a lot. They are considered they have considerable industrial capability, and they can manufacture high-tech weapons. They can manufacture high-tech military weapons for their own military and for trade. They have the ability to restore pre-war T-51 power armor to working condition, and they sell it through affiliated traders.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they are newly rediscovering nuclear power and considering methods of space travel. They synthesized a new fuel using plant extracts and sea life. Using pre-existing pipelines, they can redirect fuel to a number of areas. They have new weapons research. They have made a polymetric combat armor that enhances enhanced heat and penetration resistance. They also have vertibird schematics, and a prototype can be built within a year. And in an additional year, they can start making vertibirds in mass quantities.
That's insane. How
Yeah.
have they not taken over all of the NCR?
They don't want any part of it. They want to stay to themselves.
Well, dang.
There's in Fallout 2, I know you can get to a point where you can talk to them about, like, trying to get involved with, like, the NCR and the Brotherhood and everything, and they're like, they are years behind us. They're like, we are so far ahead of them that it's not even funny. They can make vertibirds.
That's just nuts. That's nuts to me.
They understand nuclear power, and not just how, like, Vault City is like, hey, we're still using our generator that worked forever. They're rediscovering how to use it.
Like, they actually know how to use it.
Yeah.
They don't know how to turn it on. They know how to use it.
Yeah. They have radiation resistant plant life.
How do they even do it? How do they do it?
Because you know what I think it is, and I mean, I think, and I don't know this, but this is just what I'm getting. Chinese culture is very reserved. Someone once told me that during one of the longest emperor reigns of the dynasty of China, they were so reclusive and so shut off from the rest of the world that they went out and said, okay, let's see what the rest of the world is up to. And they went out and checked everything out and goes, okay, everybody's either where we are or about 50 years behind. We don't need to go out and see what's good. Burn the boats.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
And then, like, they were like, all right, we're done. So I think it's just they were trying to play with that whole, their civilization never really changed because they were reclusive to begin with, and they stood reclusive. You know what I mean?
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. They're radiation-resistant plants. There is a doctor whose name is Dr. Long Wang. His experiment... Sorry?
Of course.
Yeah. He had an experiment to inject himself with FEV to make super soldiers, and it failed. His departure fused with Dr. Shang's botany department. The research culminated in a radiation-consuming vine. The research of Dr. Shang's botany department with the FEV department that was Dr. Long Wang's, when they both came together, they made a vine that could consume radiation, and it was put into effect sometime after the Enclave oil base was destroyed. Meaning, this plant sucks up radiation, and there's no rads there whatsoever. It is clean.
It's a street sweeper.
Yeah, it's probably like... We said on the episode about Vault City that Vault City is probably the most successful vault. This is probably the most successful settlement or faction,
Civilization, yeah.
that we know of. There's not a lot about them. The thing about space travel, the original idea for Fallout 3 before Bethesda bought it was that by the end of it, you were to go into space to a bomb satellite,
Ooh.
which we talked about once before. And I think
Yeah, you're right.
I think the Shi had something to do with it, but I'm not 100% sure, and I think that's where that comes from. Conrad Kellogg, I don't know why I said his full name. Kellogg is from the West Coast. When you go through his like brain piece thing, they reference the NCR
His
and they
brain piece.
You know what I'm talking about? You go through his fucking memory, the memory den. There's they talk about the NCR, and they talk about, like, if you watch the one thing when he's like cooking dinner with his wife, I remember this vividly because I remember going, "What the fuck is going on in San Francisco?" You can see the Golden Gate Bridge out of his window, which would be super interesting to see now, even if it was just like, instead of like 2242, like if we can see it at like the 2260s, because
That'd be
one,
really neat.
I'd like to see what's going on the West Coast again, but two, did you know that the Golden Gate Bridge, I think it takes 2 weeks to paint because of how big
you
it is?
mentioned this before.
I don't know if I've said it on the show, but I've probably said it to you before. I think it takes 2 weeks to paint, and by the time they get done painting it, they go back and repaint it because of how much the salt water affects the paint.
Wow.
So I can only
Wow,
imagine.
they just get better paint.
Oh, I can only imagine what the bridge looks like now.
Well,
Is it
just
all-
be like this rusty, dusty mess?
But is it all dilapidated? Did the Shi come in and fix it? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are questions. I need answers.
Well, go get them.
Where?
Go to California and drop a nuke.
That sounds like you're trying for me to start terrorism.
No, I am not. I do not condone that.
Yeah, there's not much on them. I know there was some Fallout 4 Creation Club stuff that was you could get like a paint job that made your weapons and or armor look like Shi stuff. But I think it was just like a red with a gold dragon. Their logo is a dragon. There's a picture. There should be a picture on screen somewhere of what their. There should be a picture of the Steel Palace somewhere on here. A lot of the submarine, the Shi itself, was used to build up that palace. And again, it was just a lot of them staying reclusive to who they were and kind of staying hidden and out of everybody else's business. Do you have anything else? You have anything you'd like to say, my friend?
I literally knew nothing about the Shi, so this is kind of my first little dive into it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think they're super interesting, and I'd love to see more from them.
Yeah, I really want to know, like I would like to see in some variation how big they've gotten, or if they just said, let's just stay in San Francisco. I want to know if they, like, imagine them having their own vertibird system that they can use, like having their own power armor.
Uber Air.
Haha. Yo, have you seen some of that shit?
No.
Uber helicopters are the way to go.
They're cool as hell.
Dude, I saw something that it was a picture that it was around Christmas. Someone got off at an airport and was like, oh, I have to Uber to my apartment. And to take an Uber helicopter was actually like $10 cheaper.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the whole trip was going to cost about $100 and change. But
Did they do it?
I don't know. It was just a picture.
That'd be so cool.
One of my cousins works at this like marketing firm or some shit in Manhattan, she was telling me, and people will spend a weekend in upstate New York, and then Monday morning they'll leave Friday. They'll take an Uber helicopter there. This is people with like money, like stupid money. They take an Uber helicopter there on Friday night after work, go there, like do everything on the weekend that they're going to do. And then Monday morning at like 4 or 5 a.m. take an Uber helicopter to work.
Wow.
Yeah, that's some bougie shit.
Yeah.
That's like, I only shower in Fiji water. Like,
Imagine living with that much money.
what would you do? Hold on.
know.
Before we get onto this, is there anything you'd like to say?
No, sir.
I would like to see power armor that's Shi made. I want to know if it's better or worse, and I want to know if it has like a little made in San Francisco logo or something on it.
That'd be really neat.
You know what I mean?
I think that'd be really cool.
So, and like, who are they selling it to? And they must be using it. Like, it's a whole fucking dichotomy. I don't know what dichotomy means. What does dichotomy mean?
A breakdown between two things.
Really? Then not that word. Like, it'd be like I'd like to see the implication of what they're doing expanded.
Me too. I think it'd be really interesting.
I think if my top 3 places I want to see the next Fallout take place is Texas, maybe somewhere south where we can kind of get a hint of what what the Legion has done after the events of New Vegas. New York, duh.
Of course, yeah.
And back on the West Coast.
I'd love to see another West Coast Fallout because we've literally haven't got that since New Vegas. And that wasn't even the coast, that was the desert.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I have to say about the Shi.
Cool. But, speaking of San Francisco, Sonic.
It's fucking great.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's a fucking decent flick. It's a fucking take your grandmother, take your grandkids. It's a fucking good movie.
It's a time of a time.
It's very wholesome.
The animation was really good.
It really, really was.
They pulled it out of the trash, dusted it off, and sent it back out there right.
And then they shut that studio down.
Did they?
Yeah. Kyle was telling me we were walking around GameStop before the movie started. And we were fucking talking about it. He's told me that they shut down they shut it down. They shut the whole thing down. They shut the studio down because of something. I don't remember what the exact thing was. But if you want to know more about like my thoughts without me repeating myself, Kyle and I started a new show. That's it's just Kyle and I. It's called Kyle and Vince Go to the Movies. We don't have a schedule for it. It's just going to be whenever Kyle and I go to a movie, we're going to record what we think about it, kind of like our first initial impressions. The first like 10 to 15 minutes of it, there are no spoilers, and then after that we spoil the movie. There's no set time. We want to kind of keep it shorter, but it could go for 3 hours if we want to talk about it.
Wow.
It should be out now, unless something happened that fucked it up. You can go to the YouTube channel, just youtube.com/Atomic Radio Hour. But I think it's also on all of the podcasting sites, I think.
If that's what you want.
I think it is. So you can check that out if you give a fuck about what Kyle and I thought about this wonderful fucking Blue movie.
Blue move.
Yeah, I was watching it, and like there's like little Easter eggs and shit that would pop up here and there, and Kyle and I would just with big old grins look at each other and be like children again. It was just, I didn't think it was
really
gonna be
liked
good.
it.
I didn't think it was going to be good.
I went in with the hope that it was going to be good, and I was really pleased with the result.
Yeah, me too. I went in thinking I was like,
I went in knowing I was going to have a good time.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't think I was going to have a good time. I just went in thinking to myself, how would you react to this if you were 7? And I was like, all right, yeah. And like I just the intro starts, and I remember I was just like, oh my god, I'm a little boy again. And I was like, cool, I'm here. And then just like I wrote out the whole movie, and there's a couple parts in it that kind of drag in the beginning, I thought, but like it's a fine movie.
You kind of need it to establish a little bit.
Yes and no. There were some parts that I think that like they could have taken out like chunks of dialogue and it would have still worked. Mm-hmm. But like fucking what a swell movie. What a fucking feel-good movie.
If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Yeah.
It had a bigger opening weekend than Detective Pikachu, making it the most successful video game movie, or video game movie release to date.
Yeah, so and you know, cool. and this one, I think Kyle and I were saying it, like we walked out, and Kyle and I had this idea originally with Joker, we wanted to start our own show with Joker, but it was a different idea that I had before we started into the new movie show, and we just didn't talk to each other. We got out of the movies and like we watched the after credit scene and we just walked out, and I just had a big smile on my face, and I got to my car and I was like, all right, Kyle, we got to make that show now. And like, now it's here. So whenever we see a movie, we're going to talk about it. Kyle and I were saying, the only thing we did say during that walk back to my car was, we finally have a good video game movie. And I know Detective Pikachu opened very well, and it was pretty decently received.
I believe it opened with a 51 million box office.
Yeah, something like that. But
I think Sonic had 60-ish.
It might have just hit 60. I know the last I saw was 57. But what I was
57. You're correct.
Oh, Detective Pikachu. The character models looked awful, and they kept them. Sonic's character model looked awful, and they changed it, and it fucking worked out for the best. He looks good, and Chris Chan approved. So I mean,
Oh, did he?
yeah, I tweeted
Ooh.
I tweeted at Chris Chan. I said, "Excuse me, Madam Chandler, how do you feel about the Sonic movie?" I think I might have said "zap to the extreme" or some dumb shit after it. Never got a response. A few hours later, I see that she tweets out fucking there was some hot cringe in it, and then like for one joke and something else, but other than that, great movie, everything I've ever wanted and more. And I was like, holy shit, if the fucking... And Sammy Classic Sonic fan loved it too. You know who Sammy Classic is?
Yeah.
He loved it.
I'm so glad.
I can't wait for a sequel. I can't wait for a fucking sequel.
Yeah,
Then, like,
I'm very excited for a sequel. The way they ended it, it lended itself to a sequel.
yeah.
So I'm excited to see what they do. I hope that they bring back the animation studio that did it, because what they ended up with was a really good product.
They're shut down.
I know, but I hope that they get that talent and
Like those people.
Yeah, and preserve
Yeah.
that in whatever studio would be producing it.
Yeah. I mean, if you
Because
want
they really did. They pulled it off really well.
No, they did. They did. Oh my god.
Jim Carrey.
Well,
Jim Carrey was amazing.
Yeah, he was, but I don't know. He didn't really do it for me.
He did it for me.
I was saying to Kyle, he seemed very mean in this one. For like the Grinch is mean, but the Grinch is kind of like, I'm the Grinch. Ma, ma, ma.
Mm-hmm.
And this, he was just kind of a dick. And he's very, I don't know. I just don't think we're ever going to get 90s Jim Carrey back.
I mean, people change and grow.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying.
Although
like,
I did get hit with a little bit of nostalgia. It did feel a little bit like I got a little bit of that.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying, I don't know. It wasn't Ace Ventura. It wasn't The Mask, and I didn't expect it to be, but it's a fucking fun kids movie. Go see
It's
it.
so fun.
Like,
I honestly want to see it again.
yeah. But what I was getting at before with Detective Pikachu, before I forget, I thought, being a Sonic fan, I knew what was going to happen in this movie. I was like, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is going to happen, Space Colony arc, we're out of here. Like, I thought that's everything that's going to happen. And it didn't. Just flat out didn't happen. None of my predictions were anywhere close to being true. Detective Pikachu, I made an assumption of what happened, and we were in a group setting, and Kyle messaged me like later on. He's like, you got it almost to a T
Wow, really?
of what happened. So I never wanted to see it because I knew what happened pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I know what you mean.
So that being said, I fucking really liked it.
Me too. I'm very, very happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna get it when it comes out.
Yeah, I have to still buy Joker on Blu-ray, but I'm definitely going to get this on Blu-ray. Again, my 7-year-old self would be going out of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of things that were disappointing and are now going to make a comeback, we have a date for Wastelanders.
Do we?
Yeah, I actually looked it up like a few hours ago because I was curious because we were talking about it in Discord. April 7th.
We really didn't talk about Wastelanders much on the show.
No, because it was in beta,
Yeah.
and the logo. I'm gonna put a logo up on screen right now. It's gonna be the thumbnail for the YouTube video. So on the thumbnail, it shows a picture of power armor, and I'm not sure if it's like T51, and then another one is the excavation power armor, and then another one is enclave power armor, or advanced power armor, or XO1 power armor, whatever the fuck the name of it is right now. But that shouldn't exist. Like, that
Regardless.
it doesn't exist canonically. Like, it should not happen.
Regardless, I still want to see what they're going to do.
No, I want to see what they're going to do too, but like, it just makes me ask the question more and more of, like, what is and isn't canon in this? And I know you're nitpicking. They're fucking finally giving us what we wanted. Yeah, they are. And I'm not complaining about that. I'm happy about that. I'm happy that we're getting fucking dialogue options. But it's just like when you make Fallouts first and everybody's running around in Ranger armor, Ranger gear. Like, that doesn't exist for, like, the NCR isn't even made for another fucking how many years? Another 60-something
Right.
years? 50-something years? Like,
Yeah, for the most part.
you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I want this to be good, but at the same time, part of me gets taken out of the experience when I see someone walking around who's level 290 in fucking quantum enclave armor.
I don't really care all that much about it.
I don't know. I want to see where this is going to go. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to download 76 back onto my PlayStation.
Cool.
I downloaded the free games of the month. They're The Sims 4 and BioShock Collection.
Bioshock's really good.
Yeah, I might actually play that when I'm done, but Sims 4 I cannot play without a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I play Sims on PC because I like mods.
I don't even, you know me. Yeah, I look forward to see what the story for 76 is going to be, because also, depending on how the writing of the story for Wastelanders is, will kind of shed a light on what to expect for 5, I think.
You really
Hear
think
me
so?
out. Yeah, just because the game came out in the end of 2018. It's 2020, right? So November of this year, it's going to be 2 years old. Let's say after 6 months, they said, fuck, we need to start writing a story. Actually, November of 2018, right? November of 2019 is a year. December, January, February. That means it's been out for 15 months, right? So let's say 6 months in, they're like, hey, maybe we should add people to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, what I assume is that was the intention all along, but they got too far behind to actually implement it.
You think so?
I'm sure that it's probably been on the table and then subsequently the cutting room floor since probably way earlier.
All right, well, I hope it doesn't just come down to this is good, that is bad, pick one. You know what I mean? I hope it is kind of more morally ambiguous. I said it, I think, last episode, maybe 2 episodes ago. I beat New Vegas on stream. And when I beat Lonesome Road, I really, really felt like I did a house run because I knew it was the quickest, because I wasn't trying to beat the game in any spectacular way. It was just, I've already beaten the game. I just want to go through the DLCs now. And I just did a house run, and like I went and did Lonesome Road, and I was like, wow, I really shouldn't have picked house. And
Really?
yeah,
I've never played Lonesome Road, so I don't really know what the difference makes.
You should. It doesn't end the game. I know that was like the thing that you said, is that it ends. It doesn't. It ends when New Vegas ends. It's just like, I hope it's not just this is good guy, this is bad guy, this is neutral option if you fuck it up. Like, I hope there's like, it doesn't have to be fucking high art. It doesn't have to be the Divine Comedy.
You want some meat and potatoes, though.
Yeah, I just want them to be like you have to like show up now. Like, before, Bethesda was the type of company that could show up late and everybody would be like, hey man, I'm so glad you're here, and then leave early. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But now they have to fucking come on time, bring in hors d'oeuvre, and, like, dance, and dance well. And they really have to fucking show up for this.
They
And-
really do, because their reputation's on the line.
Yeah. I was just thinking about this the other day. We're fucking almost 3 months into the new year. We record this on the 17th, right? So we're halfway through. This is the shortest month. We still got to pay all the same amount of rent. And we're going to be in June before you know it, and that's fucking E3 time. Are we getting Starfield? Are we getting Elder Scrolls 6? Are we getting any word on, do we got to wait another 2, 3, 4, 5 years for Fallout? You know what I mean?
What I'm guessing is that we get none of the above.
I'm thinking we're going to get Starfield next year.
Think so? I think
Yeah.
maybe we'll get a trailer instead of a teaser. Maybe we'll get a trailer.
I don't know.
Or maybe a teaser with a little bit more juice to it.
Or I think what they're gonna do, because they've been big on, if a game gets announced this year, it's coming out this year. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna be like, hey, wait till next year. But that's a fucking cop out, because they're gonna have a big thing about Doom.
Oh, Doom Eternal came out, or it will have come out by that point.
Yeah, and that game who's the woman who made Okami?
Astral Chain? Are you talking about that?
No, the woman.
Oh, Ikumi Nakamura?
She left Bethesda, or whatever company was working on Tokyo Ghost or whatever it was called. She left. So I don't know if that game even exists anymore. There's that one game that was voiced by the dude who did Lee in the Walking Dead game. That was about like a 70s movie, it looked like, and it was like something to do with time. I don't know if any of these games even exist anymore. Brink 2? Hopefully not. And, like, are we going to get a remake?
Well, they could definitely use a win at this point, and that's an easy one.
Yeah, so I think we're either going
Especially
to
if it were a Tale of Two Wastelands.
Yeah, imagine they fucking call it that.
Well, that's what the mod that bridges 3 and New Vegas together. It's called
No, I know,
A Tale
I know.
of Two Wastelands.
But there's a mod in New Vegas that apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, the one quest on Far Harbor, the vault quest where you have to go into the thing and it's like a murder mystery dinner. Apparently that was in a New Vegas mod and they just like took it. I don't know how true that is. That's what I've been told. I don't claim to know things. I heard something interesting recently on the Joe Rogan podcast, the Joe Rogan Experience. This is a podcast. I can just say whatever the fuck I want, and, like, it doesn't have to be factual. It's just two dudes talking shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's based in some sort of reality, but it's never once said that, like,
We're not
100%.
an
I'm not
authority.
on news, yeah.
Yeah. We're just
so-
two friends shooting the shit, like you said.
Yeah, who just yell at each other. Well, I yell at you. And I don't know. I just want to know what happens with Wastelanders. I want to know if it's good. The beta's been out. Some people have been playing it. It's only been on PC, and they've been running it all day long. So you jump in, and then apparently you had to sign an NDA, and then you had to like have not meetings, but you had to fill out like questionnaires and shit for Bethesda to be like, this is what we like, this is what we don't like, fix this is breaking.
That makes sense. That's good practice.
I want to see them be successful.
Me too. I really do want to see them succeed. It's just exhausting. At
It's
this
hard.
point.
Like
It's
I
hard.
can feel how exhausted you are on top of being exhausted that we have to talk about this. Like I don't want to be a Fallout show that doesn't talk about Fallout, but it's like it's hard.
It's like there's you can only bitch about the same thing so many times.
Yeah,
That's kind of
and
where I'm at.
I'm trying to be positive about it. I'm trying to say like, hey, there's redeeming factors that are coming, but I don't know if they work. So
Yep.
I was saying in a here we go. I was saying in a stream recently how much I love the series of Fallout, right? And I was going on and on and on about it, and I was saying that like I don't know if I've said this before, but we were doing Honest Hearts, and I was saying like everybody gives these games a bad rap now, and everybody goes back and says shit, and everybody says these games crash and this and that, and I was like, I was like, it's all the time I've been playing New Vegas on the PC. It's never crashed. And then, like, it crashed on me because I was saying it. Like, but, like, it's honestly the first time it ever happened. And I was streaming for, like, not 8 hours, probably about 6 hours. And
the only reason that New Vegas ever crashes for me is because I load it to the teeth with mods and dynamite.
Yeah, I don't have anything on it. I have no mods on it whatsoever. I was playing, like I said, 5-6 hours, beating Honest Hearts. And I'm going on about how, like, for a long time, I felt like Fallout 3 was, like, my only friend, like, in a way where it was just, like, I came home and I would play it. And I would just do that. And, like, that was it. And, like, I went to GameStop with Kyle, and they had the Super Sledge on sale. You know, the toy Super Sledge?
Yeah, like the...
Yeah, and I picked it up, and the guy's like, hey, man, that's 50% off. It's $40. And I was like, yeah, I saw... And he's like, you want to get it? And I'm like, it just doesn't feel heavy enough. Like, there's something about it. Like, it feels like a toy.
Yeah.
Like, if I could, like, open it up and put, like, another 10 pounds in the hammer part, you know what I mean? Like,
you don't want to break it, though.
No, I know, but it would feel like it's real. Like, it would feel like it has heft. Like, I didn't buy what was the fist? What's the fist called? Why am I having a brain fart?
The Power Fist.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of Power Fist. I didn't buy the Power Fist because it felt too flimsy. Like, it felt too light. Like, it felt like if I breathed on it too hard, it was going to fall apart.
If I were going to have a Power Fist, I'd want to make it myself. Like, get the brackets and do it myself.
Yeah.
It would definitely
Hell
look really,
yeah.
really cool.
There's a video of a guy who did it. He put it on, like, a
Really?
sliding thing, like, what drawers are on.
Oh, yeah, those things?
Yeah, he did it with, like, that, and it was, what the fuck was it? It was,
Was it like...
compressed air. It was compressed air.
I was going to say.
And
That's
you would
cool.
go, and it would make, like, the cool noise and shit, and then the springs would, like, bring it back, and then there was springs on the back that, like, cocked it, that, like, it would get pulled back. It was super, super cool.
That sounds really, really neat.
But, like, he's like, yeah, you're one of the only guys that comes in here that ever, like, still talks about Fallout still. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And
That's sad.
I was like, because they know me there as the Fallout guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, so what are you going to say? You going to buy it? I said, no, I'll be back when it's $20. And he just kind of, like, looked at me like, oh. Like, it's hard. It's really fucking, like...
It is.
I think I've said this on here before. Fucking being a Fallout fan is like being a Kid Cudi fan at this point. Like,
You have said that.
yeah, it's just, I think I was really proud when I said that. I don't know if I've told the story of when I first said it, but I was at a coffee shop, and this kid was there, and everybody knew the kid but me, and I saw the back of his sweatshirt. I think I've told this. I don't know.
I think you've told this.
It was the Tunnel Snakes logo.
Oh, yeah, you've definitely told the story.
Yeah, and I was like, yo. And I was talking to him, and then we started talking about music, and we got back, and I was like, but, like, it's just... I wish I saw what everybody else saw in it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be positive. I really, really am.
Yeah, like, I'm excited for Wastelanders. I'll give it a fair shot. I'll leave my judgments at the door. And really just, like, go for it. If it's fun, then great. It's a success in my eyes.
I didn't have problems connecting to the servers, and I know a lot of people said they did. My whole thing is that if I can get in it and play it, I don't care if there's other people. I'm starting a new character, I'm forgetting everything I've already done, and I'm just going.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Sounds
Sounds
like a party.
Here's I bought the game 2 years ago. I bought the game 2 years ago, and I just got the first chance to play it now. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So.
That's like... That feels, like, sad to say.
What do you... But, like, I'm like...
No, like, you're right. And I don't think you're being, like, super critical or, like angry at it, but, like, this is what... before the game came out, this is what the expectation was. And we're actually at that point now, and it's 2 years too late, you know?
Yeah. But also, someone once told me having no expectation is an expectation in itself. So, like, I think I'm afraid is what I think it is, because I think if this
I just don't want it to be bad.
Yeah, because if this fails, then it could kill the next game, and it could kill other Bethesda titles, because if this fails, like, I'm afraid, like, my expectation is nothing. How do you disappoint nothing? That's what I'm afraid of. You know what I mean?
You gotta really fuck up.
Yeah. But hey, keep selling me fucking plastic to put on my shelf. I was actually in the one of the chat rooms on the Discord. We were going through all these figures and shit. Some of these are worth money.
Are they? Yeah.
Like the pop shit?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think my pops are worth much, but the one that you got me from Comic-Con, it's at least kept its value, if not a couple dollars more.
Oh, neat.
And then all these mystery minis, you can get a fucking Butch mystery mini for like $4.
Ooh.
Yeah. But a Deathclaw mystery mini is $31. Yeah. All right, Shane Ivers.
Oh, I was hoping we could find some kind of segue.
That's why I started talking about plastic, because I couldn't think of one. So I was like, if I just keep talking, I'll get there, and I couldn't.
If you want to get our intro music, that's Feather Duster. You can get it at silvermansounds.com/free music/Feather Duster. But don't, because that is ours. Vince, tell us about social media.
If you would like to follow the show, or myself or Olive, you can find all the links to that in the description below. We've talked about Discord quite a few times here. It's actually where I stream. If you'd like to join, there will be a link in the description below. Come on in, talk a little bit, hang out for a while. I'm trying to stream at least on Tuesdays and maybe one or two other nights of the week. I stream whatever I can run and I can get working. I'll stream on my computer.
And sometimes I stream. Only once in a while, though.
But yeah, it's a time. Come on in, tell me what you're thinking, tell me how your day is. There's also a feedback channel in there. If you like something, you don't like something, you want to hear something, let me know.
Tell us about it. What do you want to know for lore?
Yeah.
We're always taking submissions.
Most of the lore that we've been doing lately, unless it's for a specified holiday or event or something, has come from the Discord. Thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, I think it's the premier way to watch because you get to see our faces and our reactions and how we interact with each other. But you can also find us anywhere where podcasts can be downloaded. And if you download anywhere, give us a rating, a star rating. A 5 would be nice. A thumbs up, a like, a share, a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, same goes for YouTube. Subscribe. But if you'd like to see the show get a little bit bigger and a little bit better, we have a Redbubble where you could buy mugs and stickers. We have 3 different designs. The way Redbubble is laid out is awful because I went to go check it out just curiously about like, what does this look like when you look it up? And it shows like the 3 most expensive things. We're not just selling bed covers and shower curtains. There's other shit there.
We have stickers and mugs and all
and
the
books
good
and
stuff.
shit. Yeah.
The stuff that you could actually afford.
Yeah, like I mean, mostly the bed cover and the shower curtain is there for a joke, but
Yeah.
like, I was like, why is this only showing this? It should show mugs and stickers and books and whatnot, but, and the clock.
The clock.
If you really like the show and you really want to see us get bigger and better, we do have a Patreon, and there are some people that we have to thank because they've been so kind to give us a couple bucks, and they want to see us get bigger and better. My friend?
So first we have the Friendly Companion Cube. Thanks for coming by, Cube.
Thank you, Cube.
We also have Noah.
Thank you, Noah.
Been a while. We also have Mason.
Thank you, Mason.
Gage.
Thank you, Gage.
And Jordan with a Y.
Thank you, Jordan with a Y.
And that's pretty much it.
Cool. Cool.
We are 85 episodes in and we still can't end an episode.
Yep. I was gonna just end it there, but we've already done that joke.
Yeah.
All
right, well, I'm gonna go.
Atomic Radio Hour Podcast.